Welcome back to Strangetopia. And today, paused it right before all the roads are going, so let's get this going. Keep watching the roads, maybe become space age stuff. Yep, there we go. And today I'm basically just going to focus on getting some unobtainium off the moon. And from that, we will be able to go over to the lava planet and start colonizing that with nuggetoids only for now. Once we get those nuggetoids on and that place terraformed, then we can start getting all of the lava planet's resources. That being said, I should probably go find the lava planet. I can't find the observatory from here, so I'll find it from over here. Observatory going. Get over there, assign a nugget. I don't even know if I need to assign them, do I? Let's see. I need to assign one just so I can charge the telescope. Turn that on. No, I don't need to. I just need to turn it on, right? Yes. Charge our telescope. And go over to Lava Planet. And the reason I'm going to boot over here next is resources. Entirely about the resources over here. It's the only other huge planet I've seen so far. So hopefully we can start getting Mother Planet balanced out with oil, gas, and iron. So, found it. I guess we can explore all our reaches here. And there we go. That's pretty much all I'm going to be able to find. I might be able to find one more thing here. Do the charges again. Pop over to here. Okay, yeah, I was able to get over to Epsilon or EPA or whatever that one's called. Maybe we can get, yeah, one more over here too. So this is the path we got to take to get over to the next planet cracker stuff over here, but I'm really not too concerned about that. More concerned about getting to the lava planet. Bunch of steps we have to take before that. And one of the first being is that we have to get all our nuggetoids off of the moon. So that's what I'm going to focus on right now, as well as still slowly upgrading everything that we have to do on Mother Planet. But yeah, welcome in, and I hope you're having a good day. Hope everything's going well for you. Having a pretty good day. So we have a few without last names. Actually, we have way more than I expected. So apparently something happened here where, because we went to the moon, we have lost a lot of our last names. And all that means is we can start making more. So I'm cool with that. Let's start some lineages, different lineages than we have before, as I find them. And let's see, we got how many laborers? 349. I think we got enough to just take all of our production up. Making sure that I'm going to get rid of some of my iron mines, my oil jacks. And the reason I'm going to make the push for the lava planet today is based on the fact that I do not want to run out of oil. We're at about 50% of our oil remaining now. So that 50%, it's going to still last us a little while, but I'd rather have a steady stream coming in before we run out. And if at all possible, offset how much we're using on the planet, because I can always stop mining oil if I really want to. I think by the time everything's said and done, this planet's going to be completely empty of it. My observatory's off. Don't need that anymore. Oxygen generators, barracks, still on. I don't particularly need them on either. But what we'll do here is just assign everything that's open right now. And also the iron mines that I do have that are actually going to provide some iron here. We're going to make sure that we have at least a couple workers in each one. And it's good to see that this little section, this little forested area, is all ready to go. Make sure everything is on board over here. All my cemetery coverage is good. I'm a workaholic and a sure-footed one over there, based on the fact that it is a long way to walk, and we are not building any more houses for the foreseeable future. That's for sure. I think we got enough buildings, and a lot of them are still probably empty. Some of them are still probably empty. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, first off, before I get too ahead of myself, is I'm going to get to the Nuggetoid factory. And we're just going to build as many Nuggetoids as we can as the unobtainium starts coming in from the moon. I'm going to have to go check on the moon as well, build the last unobtainium extractor, and get all the supplies going. Hopefully the game doesn't freeze too many times. No guarantees there. But I've got enough fuel, chemicals, and steel to go around right now, so I'm not particularly worried about that. And my 5 Nuggetoids over here are going to be working away. Let's make the rest of the Nuggetoids that we can, and let's go over to our... do I need glass? Not particularly. So I'm going to turn that off. Turn the barracks off because we're not using them, as we've rectified our exile issues by completely encompassing them with our own civilization and defense towers. Hopefully. Now we've got a little faith in this, where these builder bots are going to work this time around. But I'm not going to overload them with the... just trying to get all the builder bots going at once. As these gets built, I'll lay down more iron mines. Thank you for making it rain. Appreciate it. Now we got that food for all vote, and I am not worried about that at all. I think they'll be consuming a lot, but we do have a lot to go around. Something else I need to focus on is making sure that all my eateries, at the very least, are all completely staffed. I have a lot that we're missing, so plugging away. I'm gonna sign as many as needed, and we'll take a look at our upgrades. Do a few upgraded mines, and start going around and upgrading anything, especially with the warehouses that are almost full. And try and get all my warehouse capacity up to max. And 4 nuggets died due to volcanic debris. Wow, they just got obliterated. Bad suckers. Gonna go quickly check about eateries and cemeteries. We have full amount of, and let's just do the upgrades here. Let's get it all into space cemeteries. Yeah, we're back to working on Mother Planet, but also I'm gonna try and get to Lava Planet today, and that way I'm gonna be able to get resources back over to Mother Planet before we run out of them. Totally doable as long as we have the Nuggetoids to do it. Taking a look, got 17 up on iron, 27 up on oil. 40 up there. Okay, it looks like we're in the positive for all production. So yeah, I'm just going to put away at making sure that little things are getting upgraded. I'm not going to overwhelm them, as I tend to do. And that reminds me, let's check on my courier sets. Okay, everybody's full in the courier sets, and let's do the last upgrades on these guys. That way those are all spacified and modernized. Is there a limit still on... what is those? What are those? And also, at the same time, I'm going to keep working away on making sure that I'm getting closer and closer to the 24,000 trees. Deal with this volcano as it comes up. Doesn't explode too often, but every once in a while I'll throw a little bubble on it. That seems to help. If I get the timing right. Okay, how many criminals? Down to 20 criminals. And minus 10.64 Sleepy Spring Sanctuaries. And like always, we can always use more parks. Let's fill in little gaps and stuff like that with parks and solar panels. Wherever it lets me. Park near a cemetery would have been nice, but c'est la vie. Especially getting rid of roads I really don't like. And a few more solar panels. Always trying to build up the solar panel aspect of this, because I really want to get the nuggets off of kinetic generation on Mother Planet. That's just going to give them a lot more space to work everywhere else. Not that we particularly need it, but I'm just looking for trying to get an even spread as much as possible with solar panels. So there's solar going on at day and night everywhere we go. Nugget Toys and Builder Bots? No, there is not a limit. It's basically just the infinite, right? So as long as we keep going to planets and finding unobtainium, then... And with the Builder Bots, we will see. It looks like they are making them. So that's... Yep, there you go. One just popped up right there. I'm going to go back to medieval iron mines. Start building more of these. There we go. Now I've given them a lot to chew on right there. So let me see. 63 glass, 30 steel. Yeah, and they're just picking away as fast as I can throw stuff at them. I'm not super concerned about overwhelming them too much. But as we go, we'll start seeing everything modernizing or spacifying here. Want to make sure that all our lakes are still up to par. Cemeteries are getting redone. My water is pretty much full. Yeah, I just need to focus on trees as well. I need to get this planet covered completely or as much as possible in trees. And that's going to help me where I can turn off my oxygen generator as well. That's just going to save me a few resources. I don't have anything, you know, I'm only consuming 0.4 right now, and that's the oxygen generator itself. Sleepy strings are popping up. And I'm not sure if space age buildings cause more pollution, but we're going to find out because I'm at minus 10.6 right now. And I haven't placed any other factories and such. So we'll see if that's a deal breaker for them. Release a few more Ricks into the wild as well today. Okay, so we're at 60, so the next one is 61. And I don't know if they're going to keep their last names as we've seen, but I keep trying in futility. Figure the more Ricks on a planet, the better, yeah? There we go. I think the Morty army's coming as well. I just, instead of hopping back and forth, I can just do a copy and paste of all this stuff, and I think it'll work fine. But yeah, we can come up with all kinds of pop culture creatures. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference with how the naming system works anyways. Is, you know, once we went to the moon and came back, we've lost a lot of last names based on the fact that the population growth has been kind of explosive. Okay, we got 6 more on Obtanium, so let's keep making the Nuggetoids. Trade yet? Yeah, we can trade. So I have ridiculous amounts of planks and stuff. And I know it's counterintuitive, but I always buy their planks even with planks because I want to get them down to 0. That seems to reset their numbers faster than leaving one thing in. They may get generations without me being able to trade again. Look for my other exile villages. Just traded. We got 4 minutes left on those guys. 4 minutes left on those guys, and half an hour on those. So we'll wait for a few minutes, and we'll see if they've respawned anything. Keep checking my numbers. 32, 52, 76, 0. Okay, good. Hopefully, at 19, our criminal rate is dropping. But I do want to get a few more law enforcements in here and a few more rehab centers. Just to try and take the edge off it a little bit. If I can get criminals down to 0, it'll be a first for me, honestly. All frozen up. 100 points. Okay, Nuggetoid Factory. Keep building them. I kind of wish this was just sort of a perpetual thing where it just kept building as we got on Obtanium. Because there's no other reason for Obtanium. You don't need to save it for anything at this point in time. They may implement something in the future, but I'm going to go with probably not. I'm kind of indiscriminately upgrading stuff at this point in time. Just little sections at a time as opposed to trying to do everything all at once. Especially with these medieval water reservoirs and anything medieval except for the parks. We can't touch those because there's nothing else to upgrade them into. It's sort of focusing on batteries, water, food, all that fun stuff. There are certainly a lot of them. Got nobody in here yet. Now, if I wonder if having law enforcement in proximity to a rehab center makes any difference. It may, it probably doesn't though. But yeah, if I can get this down to 0 criminals, it'd be like the Dubai of Universim. Not a whole lot of crime over there based on the punishment that they inflict for criminals. Maybe a good spot for another piece of industry, so I'm not going to build anything right there. Keep just popping little spots of parks, spots of solar. Not a lot at a time. Got an engineers that's unemployed here. Or are they too far away? Just don't need, I need more in here. I found that making sure that all the housing was spread out in Stone Age right across the map seems to be helping a lot with productivity, where there's always a nugget somewhere on the planet that is willing to be a laborer, especially because now that we have like 324 of them. And most of our education, we could probably use 1 or 2 more schools. Gotta try and find a spot here where there's not a lot of education, like a good spot over here. And let's pop down another university. Good to me. Great to see the builder bots are still working. I'm not sure if it was just like because the game crashed at one point in time and it basically just, I don't know, took out that action. But I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, because builder bots are really the cornerstone of how I'm going to populate this universe. Iron mine that collapsed. Is that a volcanic thing? Salvage it. Let's see how much iron I got over here. Nothing, so it doesn't really matter. But good reason to get another one down somewhere. Find a nice little hot spot over here. It's on 19 there for a second. Now building on a prime spot is rare. Every once in a while, you can get a really good solid spot going. Not today, but I'll take 1500 for now. And we're back into spring. Almost still full on reservoirs. 936. I am fine with that. So let's plant more of our forested area. Trying to get as many trees down on this planet as possible. Getting up to 18k now. By the time we make another 1000 CP, we'll have probably back down to 17, and that's the constant ebb and flow battle of this planet, where they just want to cut down stuff. Don't really understand why, because I'm trying to actually avoid storing it even. I look at most of my warehouses, wood and stone are disabled, and that's for that exact reason. So they have nowhere to store this stuff, therefore they don't cut it down, but that does not happen sometimes. And we got another 5 on unobtainium here. Let's see if all our nuggetoids are done. Here's that spaceport. I bet this is in the forest. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I was kind of anticipating that this is so far away that it's just going to take engineers forever to get over here. And on this side too. So we'll keep throwing them at them and hope for the best. Barrier sets are good. Double check cemeteries. Those are all good. And I know I could hit the upgrade all button, but I just find it's just too overwhelming, especially with the sheer amount of buildings that we have. I would rather just do it individually and give them a chance to work on one thing at a time, sort of thing. I'll keep an eye on my food. If it's dropping down between, 10 or whatever, then I'll upgrade more farms, or I'll assign more people to farms. I think I have a bunch of farms. Only have 2 people in them. I've been doing that intentionally, so we're not getting way overrun. Only a few, but I can always ramp up the numbers if we're dropping low on this. I think the food for all thing is probably affecting that number, which I don't mind. And we only have a couple minutes of it left anyways. Nobody working here. Good reason. Stone refinery. I don't particularly need more stone right now, so I'll just turn that right off. Fire station has collapsed. Is that a volcanic thing? That looks like a volcanic thing, doesn't it? Rebuild that. Upgrade that. A lot of engineers huts to upgrade, a lot of restaurants, a lot of everything really. Trade with you guys yet? You got nothing. Expecting. Ghost. Try and do it in like by subject matter sort of thing. Water, batteries, and warehouses are generally the first thing. And then if we're doing food, all the eateries, especially upgrading them into at least modern eateries. What do we got here? Contraception ban? Yes, please. We can afford to have all the nuggets on this planet right now. look at my lakes, make sure everything's pumping properly. Go, and I'm just gonna save that just at 2300 because it's a nice, cool number. Just in case I go to my star map and everything goes to shit again. Kind of getting used to it, but back off for a second. Let's take a look at all little dead nuggets being launched into space. That's the closest thing we got to space junk right now, which is kind of unfortunate. I've kind of built myself away from having an airport, but I don't need an airport. I like having planes flying around the planet, but after 1.0, they kind of chooched that one for me as well, where I would build like 6 or 7 airports, and not because I needed the transportation, I just wanted stuff in the air. You know, I wanted like planes flying around. Now we're limited to 1 airport now, which I don't really get, especially on a huge planet like this. Okay, how am I doing on unobtainium? Keep building. I'm gonna build until I run out, and then at this point in time, because I have 11 nuggets, or 11 nuggetoids, that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for good measure, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then fill the rest up with, let's say, steel. Okay, so I'm just going to order that. It's a really basic package. It should fill up really fast, and that will send over to Lava Planet, and then we can basically start there, start sending more stuff over, as long as I have the builder bots to make power and water, and we have enough points. I wouldn't leave any planet to colonize without 1000 CP as well. And that's mainly on the fact that you show up on a planet and it's got no water, you've got immediate lakes filled if you got 1000 CP. So little things like that. And I haven't ordered this yet, and because I don't think these guys get assigned until I click order in the court, and so I'm gonna let them do their thing and help with building and everything before that. Kind of that balance as well, where I'm always looking for how to do this the most efficient way. I really want to get my trees sorted before anything else. Would absolutely love to have just a solar powered society. I think it's really tough to do. I would have to have pretty much every single section of free and available land up and running with solar panels, but it's not beyond reason. It's difficult. We haven't had to worry about wolves for centuries for sure, because especially when I do have a lot of the nuggetoids working in hunters huts and everything, it becomes really, really easy to defend. Yeah, let's go back to medieval, back to our iron mines, plopping those down. I'll go back into the space age. Trade yet? Nope. Finding those exile villages are a little more difficult. I could go to the barracks as well, but then finding barracks, it's just like the same amount of time. I think we're tapped on unobtainium at this point in time. Doesn't look like any more is coming in except for this one. So what I'm going to do, we'll wait till get up to 1,000 CP. We'll plant more trees. Then we'll go over to the moon, get that last unobtainium extractor going. And that's going to give us enough nuggetoids to basically get over to the lava planet and colonize that very quickly. Just need to make sure I got a lot of steel and a lot of chemicals and fuel and all the modern age stuff in order to come colonize on lava and any other hostile planet, honestly. See how my steel factories are employed right now, just out of curiosity. Bump up the numbers just a bit. We are using a lot of steel to upgrade all this stuff, so I get that it's not increasing quite as much as I'd like to have it. Coming along slowly but surely. We'll get there. Picking away, make sure everything that we can is upgraded. Still slowly finding medieval stuff, and I really want to get rid of all the medieval, at least, at the very least. And while we're waiting, let's just assign a couple hardcore enforcers here. I'm going to try a couple different strategies for Lava Planet, getting that pretty much as nicely upgraded and quickly terraformed as possible. We'll see. I mean, the more storage space I have, the better off I am. Even if I have an abundant amount of unnecessary resources, like this is getting to be overkill. But also, what I can do is start sending these to other planets just for trade purposes. So as we get exile villages on other planets, I can just trade thousands of planks and bricks for their materials up there as well, saving me a little bit more resources on Mother Planet. Because hopefully if we ever do run out of oil, I can recover enough with what we have in our surplus. Wolves, I never even get a chance to see these guys. Yeah, they get toasted as soon as they appear at this point in time. How many criminals we got? 17. Alright, we're knocking them down. But this says to me that law enforcement is more effective than the rehab centers, so I'm gonna build another rehab center somewhere. Get it. Here looks pretty good. Yep. Few parks to help them out. Oh, that was my last Anti-City Alley I could use. Get a Bountiful Bastion in there. And some more solar panels. Anytime I get a chance, I will take wood and stone down because it's just ridiculous amounts of wood everywhere. All our solar panels are coming up. I think going over to the panel to find some batteries is going to be a lot easier than finding these. But I do want to get all these guys upgraded. Just a few at a time. It looks like we're pretty close to getting them all upgraded right now. That should give us a good chunk of energy. Don't really foresee us running out of electricity while we're away. Stranger things have happened, but... Okay, so one rehab center is completely full, but they're not putting them into any other ones. Maybe it's the location where they get arrested. I guess they go to the closest one they can find. Regardless, I think a couple rehab centers around the planet are going to get us down to as close to a zero as possible. I'll keep fighting with that one for a while. Build that last Nuggetoid as well. We have the capacity just for one more. Let's see how that factory's doing. Harder to see when there's a cloud covering it. Yeah, just one last one. And then there's 5 more unobtainium on the moon. So that's going to bring my numbers up to 20 Nuggetoids that I can ship over to Lava Planet immediately. And we can rock out all that stuff pretty damn quick, I think. Getting some space age buildings in here, right at the core. I kind of wish it wasn't as sterile with the space age buildings. I mean, it's a small thing, but like every single space age building is just starch white. Like they're slowing down on construction, so I'm just going to take it easy for the rest of this winter. We're going to get up to 1,000 CP, plant more trees, and keep going. Sometimes it's hard to stop upgrading, but every once in a while you just need to let them chill, see what they got, you know, give them time to continuously make more babies. I think we're done everything in the research panel now. Yeah. Alright, so we never have to look at that again. Points are accumulating pretty quick. I want to make sure that my temple is at full capacity as well. We are. And I don't think assigning these is going to get me up to that 30 a minute. But based on the numbers, let's see. Let's assign everybody to a temple for the first time ever. See if that does anything. Push that a little higher. I'm going to go with probably not, but we'll see. Got anybody living in any of these? No, of course not. Fresh buildings never get moved into until I think new nuggets are formed. We'll make some more ricks. That's up to 65, so we'll do 66 to 70. Business rick. I don't know if that's business attire or pajamas, but yeah, no. All right, let's go with Sleepy Rick. Here we go. It's kind of business-like, right? My biggest challenge with this world? Bugs. I think the bugs are really the main challenge. Is, you know, if I go into that space map and it freezes, or builder bots stop working, or things that are abnormal. You know. As far as the game itself, though, and I think we got a pretty solid method of how to make this thing work pretty well. I don't have any problems with things that when they're working well. You know me, I've been playing this game for a decade, so if I was having issues with basic balances and stuff like that, I think I've been playing it wrong the whole time. Yeah, we're up to 1,000 CP. We do have an earthquake coming. And no electricity on the moon. That's interesting because I do have a nuggetoid assigned to that, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So let's boot over there. Let's get that next factory going. Extractor. Let me place these trees first, because I shouldn't have a water issue over there, so I shouldn't need more than I currently have. Okay, so that's another 1,000 CP down. Okay, let's cross our fingers. I got all my nuggetoids made. I have 15 over there. Let's go over to the moon. Fingers crossed that we can. And let's see what the electricity issue is. Probably should have saved. Okay, guys, what is wrong? I have up 68. I have something running. There's no, it's just, again, I think a glitch in the system there. But let's turn off the extractors that we're not using. And actually, might as well salvage them. Oh, yeah, I can salvage for some stuff. I'm gonna just salvage one right now because I want to see if this bug still exists where this unobtainium stays there, and I think it does. What I'm gonna do, I got my 5 nuggetoids. I am currently, what I'm gonna do here, let's see. Okay, we're low on steel, so I'll ask for some steel. And I will ask for some planks and bricks and chemicals. Let's get a shipment of nuggetoids over here temporarily. I'll get 10 nuggetoids. And steel. Chemicals. Let's say. Get a bit of fuel. Probably need some fuel. And I'll leave one rocket in the bank. I'm just going to launch that. And sweet. That didn't take long at all for this thing to freeze. Amazing. Amazing. Super awesome. Okay, well, I guess we're going back to Mother Planet. Unfreezing it this way. God, that's annoying. Well, we'll send those resources up, and when they get there, then we'll go back and... Man. I get that it's a big game, and there's like 2 people working on it, but... Some of the game-breaking stuff, it's like... I had like almost 6 months to work on it, and... Still just not happening. Super annoying, though. Okay, just making sure that I have all my materials still. Because I'm kind of now anticipating that that's going to be a bug. Okay, so let's see what this rocket looks like. Waiting for resources. I'm just going to wait for these resources to be delivered, and then we'll pop back over to the moon. Try and get that last bit of unobtainium, and then send all those nuggetoids over to the lava planet. For now, we're just going to kind of wait it out. That's like a new record, though. That's like 4 minutes on the moon, and it froze. Getting worse. And if the excuse is that I'm building too big, it's like, well, I mean, you gave us a full planet to work with, so let us work with the planet. $18K of food. Nuggets died due to drowning because of this earthquake. Where that earthquake is, or was, along a path somewhere around here where it's just knocking them into the water. May make us toxic. Yeah, it's making us a little toxic, but our parks will balance that out. I find it takes a lot longer to load resources on Mother Planet here than if I was on the moon. They would be shipping it up in just a minute or two. Let's see our spaceport. Materials for us? Sweet, you do. All right, let's take all your stuff. I'm gonna take your stuff with like a lot of stone. Get rid of it. And wood. See if we can trade with the other exiles. You guys got anything yet? Nope. You guys got anything yet? Yes. There we go. A few more resources in the pocket. See if we can catch this UFO before it gets shot down. Unlikely. Where are you? Okay, there. There you go. Don't kill my nuggets. You killed the nugget. Ship looking. Trade panel. Still waiting for resources to be delivered. Of course. Alright, well, let's try and get back to the moon. See how that works out. Painful that is, though. Like the only way you can trade is going into that menu. And it freezes constantly. I mean, I feel I'm like lucky enough I had that contingency plan where we were already colonized on the moon, but had we not, no, not yet. Not yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait because I know that that order's coming in. At the same time, we're gonna grab that other piece of unobtainium, build that guy, prioritize it so I get a couple workers in there. We are still, yeah, we're just gonna wait on this stuff because I think this trade vessel will arrive pretty soon. As long as we're not on the planet, it seems to go really fast. But if we're on the, there you go. See, trade vessel arriving. Within like seconds of being here, we're gonna get the materials we need and the nuggetoids and everything. Little things like that are just like, I just don't get it. This is out of chemicals, therefore it's not terraforming anymore. Doing pretty good. We're gonna need more trees on here to get fully up to atmosphere. Doing good on pollution. It gave me a few chemicals. Not enough, but at least we got a whole bunch of nuggetoids here. They're gonna go over here and rock this out pretty fast, provided I have materials. Steel, I've got enough. Plastics, I've got enough. Electronics. Now the fuel and the chemicals are going to be the next thing. That's kind of what I need for this, right? I need fuel, chemicals, and steel. Now, if I destroy this, I lose these. Is what it is. Well, let's cross our fingers. Go into the trade menu. Ask for fuel. Rockets of fuel. 2 rockets of chemicals. More than 2. And the rest steel. Launch that and hope for the best. And after that, basically, this is once I'm tapping the unobtainium down, and that's super annoying too because we know that's 0. Even if I build another deposit over there, it's still going to be 0. Not like it rejuvenates or anything. Basically, all I'm using this for after it's all terraformed is basically it's just going to live there. Our obtaining extractor's up now because nuggetoids are awesome. I might as well build this fuel tank thing as well. I'll wait until we get the unobtainium going though. Based on the steel. And then I'll grab a few more planks and stuff as well. But at minus 2.8 we're doing okay. Why I'm not accumulating a lot of energy is sort of beyond me right now. Regardless, we'll just wait for this one to get cranking over here, which it already is. Awesome. Wait for more chemicals to arrive. Here they come. And then basically once I have that unobtainium off, I'm going to send all my nuggetoids back. I just did that for just speed of getting this unobtainium extractor up, because I have them all assigned on different things. I don't think this is doing anything anymore because we are terraformed within the range that it needs to be. I think I'm going to pop that guy over here now. Do I have a builder bot? Not. So I'm going to deconstruct that and reconstruct it because we don't need it here. Seeing that it's full of fuel and chemicals and it's not running and he's working there, that means that this is going to be a builder bot. And we'll pop that guy on the opposite side of the planet, try and get another section of this terraformed. And then we can leave this just sort of self-sufficient. All I need to do is run the spaceport and the warehouse. And that's kind of it for the moon for right now. We'll get the cracker tank, but it doesn't matter at all right now. I'm not trying to get the planet cracker. Beating the game is kind of moot at this point in time. As we wait for that next shipment to arrive, I'm not building anything. My pollution is fine. I've got a lot of points, but I think I'll go back to Mother Planet again. Send all my nuggetoids back, because they're obviously not doing anything over here right now. I really don't need that much energy generation. So I don't know how we ran out of electricity. I think that was glitchy. We need oil. Yeah. Good point, game. Good point. Well played. Get just a bit of oil over here. That's all I got coming up, right? Okay, so how much steel am I rocking? 81, 81, more chemicals. Well, so just get a whole crap ton of chemicals over here. And launch that. You should take no time to get here in a perfect universe. Once these guys get here, we'll get this rest of my unobtainium going. It's all full, so we should be able to make the rest of them go pretty quickly. I'll get those chemicals going so we can drop this down into another builder bot. Chemicals and oil. Drop that into a builder bot, move it over to this side of the planet somewhere, plop it down, and then just forget about it, because I don't really need to do it. It's all about unobtainium at this point in time. Then, if everything goes all right, should be able to get to Lava Planet next. And with the Lava Planet, I think there's like another 5 nodes of unobtainium over there. So that'll be our first focus, is just perpetuating nuggetoids. Trade vessels are good. Go. And that should be both of them. There's the second one. That gives us chemicals there. Chemicals should immediately go into the builder bots. There we go. And that builder bot now becomes terraformer. And get right to the edges of where we were before. Boom. I don't particularly care about the engineers. Buildings don't seem to degrade when we're not here. We'll let this little guy run over here and... Am I letting this little guy? Yeah, you're slowly making your way over. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Yeah. Boom. Fine. I'll wait for this to start running at least. I don't know if it runs without me being here. But we'll get the chemicals and stuff over there. Make sure we got enough to make that happen. Unobtainium should be slowly chunking down over here. And even if this building isn't around in engineers, it really doesn't matter a lot, because I can just keep healing it until it's done what it needs to do. Very much the same with the terraformer. Terraformer's up and running, full of its stuff. And we'll probably end up doing one more over on this side as well. Get this planet fully freed up. That way it gives us a good starting point for if we do want to start a colony over here of nuggets. At least we have a little bit of stuff to work with. Not a lot. The moon is not a great place to have your next colony. But here we are. Okay, so that being said, I got 1,000 CP. I'm gonna go back to Mother Planet. I'm gonna get my nuggetoids all back here. I'm gonna get 10 of them off this planet. That's gonna leave me, that should leave me 10 over here, or 5, sorry. And 5 is all I really need to operate just the basics. 1 in the engineers, 1 there, a couple laborers. And then we'll just forget about it. So, let's go back to Mother Planet. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Population is growing on Mother Planet by the hundreds, it seems like. I could have sent the nuggetoids from spaceport to spaceport, but I'd rather just do it here. Very much the same way of requesting resources. It just, for whatever reason, if you're on the planet that's being requested of, it just takes forever. So that being said, I got 1,000 CP. Let's get our trees all plunked down. Then we'll build up another 1,000 before we go over to lava. Okay, 20,000 out of 24. We're getting there. We're getting there. We need 4,000 more CP to get this back to where it started. That rain clown going to take care of my problems for me? It is not. Well, maybe a fire station over in the forest would be a wise idea. Pop one there, and another one there, with another engineer, water, all that fun stuff. Food. Okay, so we probably, yeah, we're under our usage for gas mines right now. Let's plant another gas mine down. High impact area, that looks pretty good. 2000s. I'll take it. And oil. I already got an extractor here. Try and find another spot. I think it's going to be in the forest. Let's try and find a good hot spot for this. 27. Oh. Up. Get back up to 1,000 points. Going to ask for 10 of those nuggetoids back. Let's make sure that I have stuff for them. I still got a bit of steel, so I'm gonna take those 10 nuggetoids back. That way they're stationed back on Mother Planet. I should have 5 more on Obtanium. That's gonna give me 15 of those, and I do need a lot of nuggetoids, probably about 20 nuggetoids in total, to really get Lava Planet working. Couple nuggets over here. Rested nugget going into working out of rehab. The irony does not escape me. Looks like I might need to upgrade one more pump as well. Let's do that. What lake is this? 35k lake. I have 2 space age pumps on. I know I have 3 on this one, or 2 rocking on this one. Where's my next biggest lake? Okay, over here. Got 2 on this one, so let's put 2 down on here. Get another space age upgrade over here. I gotta get to modern first. Once that gets to modern, then I'll go into space age. I want to make sure that I still got 1,000 up at any point in time. I'm good on coffee, thank you. Okay, we're slowly getting there. Once I get to 24,000 trees as well, I can just stop with my oxygen generation because those trees are going to take that place. Got all my nuggetoids back. Waiting on a few more pieces of unobtainium to be mined. And then I'm going to go around and check, make sure that all my oil jacks and iron mines, anything that I've placed recently, is still operating. Start with the oil jacks. Everything except for the one that is out. There. That one is toast. Builder bought that guy. And builder bought that guy. Always chasing gas and oil. Go with right to arms on this one. Back to our spaceport area. And I'm going to load up this spaceship now because I don't need all my nuggetoids working at the same time. Doing a great job. But... So 7 builder bots, 7 nuggetoids, and 35 steel. Let's order that up. Should take pretty close to no time. Theoretically. They are definitely doing their damnedest to chop down all these trees, but I think we've gotten to the point where they should be close to overwhelmed. As long as I get these nuggetoids off this planet. I think the nuggetoids are, especially the laborers, so damn efficient that they're the guys that are going to clear this thing out way faster than I want them to. Sounds good, thank you. Another piece of unobtainium, good. Get those 2 nuggetoids rocking. Go. Thanks for the heads up. Why I'm running so low on water. Okay, that rocket's ready to launch. Right to arms is good to go. Wait till we get to 1000 CP. That way, as soon as we get there, I can fill up a lake and start with my water. I'm not going to really do much more. I'm kind of looking at this water thing and kind of concerning in a sense where I know I've got one pump being under construction right here. So let's see what this does. If I can get this modernized right off the bat. Okay, so modern and then space age. That gives me 731 up. And I guess I'll just modernize this one. Got way too much food again. Here's like 3,000 food. I don't way more than I need to spend, but not by much actually. Just trade that off. That opens up just down to 17k. See what else we can trade. Can't trade them yet, and can't trade them yet. Okay, so we're still waiting. Okay, let's launch over to Lava Planet. That way, if the game freezes, I have options. And then as soon as I get over there and establish the basics, then I'll be able to get all the supplies and materials, because we are doing pretty good on materials right now in order to start this up. But that's probably going to be the first place that I'm looking at. Like, I'm going to spend quite a while on Lava Planet, I think. Just based on the fact that there's so many resources there that I really have to cover the whole planet. And it's a huge planet, so it's going to take a while. But we got it. Rockets there. 500 more CP. Let's go through winter. 2 hours before we're out of water. $19 criminals. So we're doing okay with criminals, but I gotta assume that we need more law enforcement in order to catch the rest of them. Let's put down some more. Copy right here. Seem to be working, so I'm not sure what this does. If the relaxation room like cures them from being a criminal. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot though, does it? No progress after the 0 mark. Whatever. Not a big deal. As long as I can leave this planet and have it balanced. If I can go away from this planet for a couple hours and not have major issues, then I'm happy with that. I think we're pretty much there, you know, like battery should all be upgraded now. I've got an oil jack that needs to get people in it. I need gas mines, I believe. That gas mine needs population. What does that do for me? 31 up, still not a lot, so we'll get 3 people in each one of these. Gonna drain them faster, obviously, but that's gonna keep my numbers going up. My oil underneath what I need it as well. Sure, my iron is too. Wow, this is not sorting it very nicely, is it? How'd that do for oil? 27-ish. 27.9, I can deal with that. And then iron. We're doing fine on iron. Slowly dropping on the oil. Plenty of gas. Okay on iron. And an infected zone. Wow. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Why? Oh, really? That little section? Come on. fire station. Well, just a couple of them that need some people. Coming up 700 points into spring. Let's see what my upgrade is for water now once everything's unfrozen. Time until out of power, 247,000 minutes. I think we're good. Where else? Probably put some more solar panels down here. Right next to Exiles. Close as they'll have it. You're going to be forever pissed at us, so I'm not super concerned. Aggressive as they are, they can't get to us. Warehouses have to upgrade. Feels like I can't have too many more. 3 pages. I like the visual of the cemeteries just because sometimes you can kind of tell like if you're having like a big death wave because you're seeing a lot of people leaving all at the same time. Thank you for the creator points. Okay, we are at 1000 CP. Everything's sort of balanced-ish here-ish. Hopefully. I still have everything on the up. Oil's always going to be an issue, but that's why we're going over to Lava Planet now before we run out on Mother Planet. Okay, and got a couple more Nuggetoids, but I think the 10 Nuggetoids that I have right now are going to do just fine for us establishing our first aspect of this. So, I'm going to save this as pre-lava. Just in case anything gets all messed up. And plus what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go back to this save file as a tutorial save file for how to get as much as I can, as in my knowledge of how to do this planet properly. That being said, let's head over there and colonize. I've got a handful of nuggetoids already. As soon as we get there, I'm going to ask for more nuggetoids and builder bots. Just max out shipment over there. We got our spaceport going, water, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and then hopefully we can find a nice spot where there's not much volcanic activity, and just a tiny little lake is all we need. Okay, here we are on the lava planet. First thing we're looking for is unobtainium. The one here. Hopefully we can find a couple nodes somewhere. One here. Here. This looks like a pretty good starting spot. It's away from volcanic activity. There's plenty of flat land. Here. If I find any spot with a small lake and unobtainium and away from volcanoes, then we're all golden. But having that perfect trifecta is pretty difficult. Very rare. There's that one. Quadruple volcano over here, so we'll stay well away from that area. Ooh. Looks like this is going to be the spot, because this little lake and this little lake are the two that I can draw off of. And we are away from any active volcanoes. That one would have to have some serious range to hit us over here. So let's do that here. Yeah, 1062, that's perfect. That's perfect. Later on, when we get more established, then we'll be able to get a little bit more going on here. But right now, I think, and I'm hoping, yeah, this looks like flat enough terrain. Our fingers crossed is this spaceport can be made right off the bat. Give it a shot. See how it goes. Evolution tower here. Hey. Spaceport. Important part. Oh yeah, we got plenty of space. Sometimes you forget it's a huge planet, right? But start here. There's spaceport. That rocking out. Okay, full water quantity here. So builder bots. Right, before I do that, while I'm waiting for it, all my remaining nuggetoids on Rangetopia are coming over. And let's send all I can is half, so we're gonna launch that. Okay, and let's start with our builder bots. The most important stuff first is a the space age, the hydro collider. A reservoir, store this water that's being pumped in. Toid, right? Well, I don't have materials for the hydro collider yet, so I'm just gonna wait for that. A wheel. Get our little mouse wheel right beside there. Already had the reservoir. I need a battery. And I need warehouse. That warehouse is going right next to the spaceport. And I need to get the engineer's hut with full coverage for this area. Turn off stone. get one of my guys assigned to this kinetic generator, so it's making the batteries go very fast. Okay, now I'm going to need electronics and plastics are going to be the next shipment once I get my shipment of remaining builder bots and nuggetoids going on. And what I'll do is I'll slowly start churning out this lake. But in the meantime, what I'll try and do is just knock out a couple of these lakes. Try and get the tiny little lakes going so at least we get some atmosphere going on. There we go. Sounds like our builder bots are here. That one's getting full. 1,000. All the smallest lakes I can find are the ones I focus on right off the bat. Okay, and I think... Okay, so now that our builder bots are here as well, I am going to build terraformer right off the bat. That terraforming stuff. Now, try this. I'm going to try and do a perpetual amount of everything. So I'm going to do, say, 25 of those, 25 of those. Of those, 15, 15, 15. We are full, so I'm going to take off perpetual amount of cement down to 5. Eight's not a lot of electronics. So what don't I need? I'm gonna take down that from 50 down to say 40, and then max out the electronics at 15. I'm gonna do that. Let's start with 5 times. Launch that over there. Now all we're doing is waiting for resources. Once I start getting resources in and this spaceport built, then we should be on our way to terraforming this within a reasonable amount of time. We're gonna get a laborer in the engineer's hut right off the bat. Turn this to extreme mode. Have just a itty little bit of atmosphere going on right now. While I'm doing that, build more terraformers. 2. 3. Should be within reach there. Okay. 9 nuggetoids to each one, so they're waiting for resources as soon as we establish them. And now we kind of wait. We just, I got no other option right now other than just waiting for stuff to happen. We'll run some solar. Well, just 2 solar panels going on at the same time. That's always going to help just keep this going anytime the nuggetoid needs to take a break. Oh yeah, and because it's a flaming planet, let's get a fire station. Go. Assign somebody to that. Assign somebody to our Hydro Collider. And we'll just have to fill up this lake a couple times until we get supplies to start constantly filling it up. What I should be doing is I should be hitting the lake and the reservoir at the same time. We're full on that, and we're full on this for now. Okay, let's go take a look at other lakes, see if we can keep chucking away at here. And find this unobtainium extractor as well, so that's getting made as soon as we get the resources for it. Here comes first of many drop-offs. Lake there. Okay, how we doing over here? Got a permanent cloud, it looks like, but nope. And one more hit. Nope, don't have enough to see it. There we go. Okay, back home. Supplies for the spaceport being built. One terraformer up and running right now. That's -6 a month. 6, 12, 18. I want to do 24 degrees a month. That's going to get really quickly turned around. As soon as we turn that around, then all the massive volcanoes stop. We have our standard volcanoes still on the planet, but it's not like a super hazardous environment. Our engineers should be fixing everything in our scope there. Yeah, I think it should just cap out on that. We may have to build another engineers just farther out, but for now, just a starting point. This is kind of how I envisioned a really effective way to get this planet terraformed very quickly. Still waiting on more chemicals. Everything's going to wait on chemicals right now. But as soon as the spaceport's built, I'll have 4 more transports in order to get just shipments of chemicals coming in. I'll do chemicals and fuel. 2 for chem, 2 for fuel. Throw that 10 times or whatever. And those should be faster because we're not demanding a lot of resources each time. My pollution is 0 right now, but I'm going to make sure that, yeah, there we go, 0.6. So I'm going to need to build some parks. That was my first thing that is polluting. But I'll other planet for, let's do 2 rockets worth of fuel, 2 rockets worth of chemicals. More chemicals is going to be fine. And I'll do 5 to launch that 5 times. So with this now is hopefully as these chemicals start pouring in, chemicals and fuel, all these terraformers are going to be running. This Hydro Collider is going to be running with the steel beams on the other shipments. Everything takes chemicals right now. No way around it. You have crime, but as soon as I build some parks, which we have enough to build 3 of them, I think. Build a couple parks. Just wherever they fit. Within engineer's reach. And because I have a storage system as well, while we're waiting, is I never really looked for meteors on the other planet, but on this planet, this might help us. Let's go grab all the space boxes we can find, bring them home, open them up immediately. If they kill Nuggetoids, I get my unobtainium back, which is kind of sweet. That's going to give us just a bit more materials that we don't have to ask for. I think it's the rock planet, right before the main, the last piece of planet cracker gear has a ton of these things. Yeah, so that took out one of my Nuggetoids. And it blew up an unobtainium extractor. Interesting. Yeah. No big deal. We can keep rebuilding. This is one thing I probably should have done before anything else, but try and put it away from stuff. Good thing to do to kill some time while we're waiting for everything else to happen. Or on the plus side, there are plenty on this planet. Yeah, definitely didn't need food, but thanks. Gotta be a few more around here somewhere. No. The nuggets that came out of the box are infected? Is that how that works? Oh. Sorry guys, but you just weren't supposed to be here in the first place. So. Can't. Yeah, I can cure you. Fine. I will be sending those nuggets back home. If I can get to them before they burn up, that'd be great. Inchtopia. Take them. No, I have no rockets available because we're still waiting for those. So those guys are unfortunately toast. Not a lot we can do about it. Oh, look, everything's fucking frozen again. Cool. All right. Well, let's go back to Utopia. I'd like to spend more than 10 minutes on a planet. That would be kind of cool. But here we are. Let's see. Might as well just go take a look. With the unobtainium that we do have already, I can build a couple more Nuggetoids. Let's do that. Working on all our things. Still pretty much capped out on most of this stuff. Still finding medieval reservoirs. More mining buildings are out. Mines are coast. Gas mine. Have one more around here somewhere. That one up. Go to our spaceport. Keep building nuggetoids. So I'm basically going to run out of gas in a hurry based on, I think it feels glitchy like that, where, you know, within 10 minutes we've had all our gas extracted out of everything. But glitches are what we're used to in this game. How's our criminals looking? 18. We're slowly dropping down on criminals. That up. See, is this going to freeze again? 3 and 4. Look, Lava Planet has no chemicals again because it's not going to have chemicals for a while. Just based on the fact that I keep them as soon as I get them. So what we'll do is we can just wait around, build up another 1000 CP, plant some trees, head back. I love this game, but man, those glitches really grind my gears. Having it freeze anytime you need to look at the only thing you can trade with is brutal. I'm sure maybe, you know, a couple years from now, the devs will be like, alright, fine, we'll fix it. But it does not seem like they're in any rush to fix anything right now. One kid. They're not even making kids anymore when we leave. Awesome. Super cool. Back to our builderbot station here. Making more of those. Residentials are being built over here. That's interesting. I don't think we need them. Back into medieval. Iron mines. There are all the iron mines out here, so let's populate the fire station. Here's eatery. Back to the Nuggetoid factory. Fine, all. Hope that kicks it up a bit. I really just like leaving planets when very little has been established. And the only time I try and leave is when I know I can leave for a good long time. But you know, the funny thing is too is they're building residentials, but they're totally ignoring the holy ground. So this is totally useless now for a power. Doesn't matter where I put the holy ground; they're just going to build wherever the hell they want. Slowly, everything's getting space age. Now let's go back to our Ricks. 7 to 70, so let's go with 71. Still, or medieval reservoirs, it's crazy. Everybody in law enforcement. Rank up those. And rehab center. My rehab centers are cranking. There are people in them, which is good. Okay, so gas is going to be an issue no matter what I do. I mean, I could cut down on chemicals and stuff like that, but ultimately that's what we're aiming for, is to have massive amounts of chemicals and electronics and steel, plastics and fuel. So I don't mind tanking my gas and my oil into the stuff that we're going to need to build the rest of the universe. At 845 up. Not bad. We're still at 20k, so it's not terrible. If I see this dropping down and not being able to recover, then it's going to be an issue. Yeah, we should be getting near the end of oil. Nowhere near the end of gas. Let's go find... Hopefully we can find a good gas pocket somewhere. Or a few that I just don't have to think about for... Till like we leave the planet and then it says, oh yeah, by the way, we just took all your gas in 10 seconds. Nice to be able to get to that stuff. Not so much. Good enough. Okay, let's see our trade route. Everything done? Nope, still 3 and 3, waiting for resources. Because we're on Strangetopia, it will not load these resources until we go back to Lava Planet. So let's go back to Lava Planet. Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Oh, oh crap, everything's on fire. Oh wait, it's supposed to be. Okay, so we have no chemicals, and they have not used them in any of these. Awesome. We'll wait for these trade vessels to start arriving over here before I build hydro colliders and everything else. We are accumulating a bit of energy. Solar panels and kinetic generator are helping a lot with that. How much pollution do I have? 0.2, so let's build another park. And I guess let's keep hunting for more space boxes for now. Three out of 5 on this. Once I get the terraformers going, then I'll start trying to branch out to the other unobtainium deposits. For now, I don't think it's really worth it. Got enough to survive for everything. Poor nuggets. Poor little bastards. You're not gonna make it. Gotta stop getting yourselves trapped in boxes, man. Surely there's a couple more base boxes around. Hard to see on these dirt patches, that's for sure. Maybe we got them all. Might find one or two around. It was a good waste of time. Instead of just staring at us waiting for the rest of the shipments to arrive. Which I'm semi-afraid to look at in the trade menu based on our track record of how terrible the glitch is there. That's fine. That gave us a couple little things. Not a whole lot of stuff to work with, but right now we don't need a lot. I just need to get this trade route done. Build another reservoir as well. Sure that I'm accumulating water at all points in time. No longer evaporating because we are cooling down. Alright, I'll risk it and check. What do we got? How many more? 2 each. Still waiting for reason. Yep. See in turn if that's glitched too. Try and have patience with this game, but sometimes it wears thin when there's stuff that you know is supposed to be working the way it is. And, nope, not gonna do it. Okay, 2 unobtainium left there. Power's doing fine, water's doing fine. Tons of rocks and stuff like that, but they're not having anywhere to store them, so these will actually disappear out of the inventory soon enough. Good amount of steel. Waiting on chems. Chems and fuel. Super useful if you guys drop those off. 900 CP. Let's see if we can take this lake out. Filling it back up again. Good. Actually not a lot of water on this planet, nor is there a lot of trees required. %. This one big lake. Where is this 2 lake? 7,125, 24k. So okay, so this is going to be a small lake as well. I'll just focus on the small lakes first. And then once I get resources collected, I can start putting another hydro collider on a lake like this, and then just pumping chemicals and steel into it. It just takes a lot of chemicals and steel is all to do this. But I'd rather almost do it with god points. Bit more chemicals coming over. They're gonna rock these guys out. All my chemicals are done. Yeah. What are you waiting on? You're waiting on chem. Everybody's waiting. The shipment here. I like doing tutorials in this game and like the way I run it through, but sometimes it's just like, you know, I gotta wait for them to like unglitch themselves before anything happens. The last trade. One more to go. Then we can keep ordering more chemicals. Now let's take a look. I haven't taken a look at this yet, but get an alchemixer on here. Let's see what kind of resources we're working with. How that didn't take out that road, so far beyond me. Assemble those. So if I have, okay, so the gas is looking good. Chemicals right here. Chemicals and electronics are going to be good. And the steel builds a few alchemixers. And we'll get some self-sustained chemicals and self-sustained steel on this planet. Build another mixer. And what I ask for after as well is a bit more nuggetoids after this is all done with progress. This one's going to be the steel one. Could probably build another one for fuel. It just takes a lot of nuggetoids. I only have 3 laborers at this point in time. Once we get a terraform though, I'm at -18 a month, so once this one gets some chemicals as well, do is I'll just start with 1 And once I get that last trade drop off, then I'll order some more nuggetoids over here, get these all rocking. That's going to give us our chemicals and our steel and our fuel. Keep perpetuating this without having to send it over from other planet. Need another sleepy spring in here. Tell you, man, we're making this engineer work pretty hard. But we've got all this area to work with over here. That one's ready. Guys. Vessel coming in, thank you. Should be it for trade vessel. Got one more. Grab 5 nuggetoids from Utopia there. Grab just a shipment of chemicals start. While the alchemixers start. Still 2 left there. Builder bot alchemixer. That's not. Alchemixer. Third one going right here. Assign more labor for the gas and the steel. I want to have a balance of chemical electronics. So I think having chemicals on this side would probably be a better bet. +5. I won't gain any electronics, but we have plenty, and we're not using any really until I start building buildings. That'll be more effective. Just focused on that. This one will be more effective. Just focused on steel. We should have so much gas, quite a bit of oil. That's why I want to colonize this planet, sort of get it, the basic root of it, and then after that, we'll start expanding after we're terraformed. Assemble these guys. Don't have enough electronics for all that, do I? Barely. Now these are pulling a lot of power. Not a lot. But I'm not making a lot of power right now. So, panels down. Obviously night too, so we're not making much, but I want to get that battery filling up. This one is going to be the fuel. Yeah, we'll use that fuel there. I'm going to wait until this next shipment comes in, if it ever does. Planet's cooling down significantly. Things are getting purple again. I can do some almonds. Sure, that'd be great. Pollution is just uneven right now. Crime level is medium. Gonna have some badass robots up here. That trade vessel should be dropping off a bunch of nuggetoids. That trade vessel's done. That's every planet, eh? Cool. Be the end of that trade route. Let's get 8 rockets worth of electronics. That way I don't have to think about it anymore. I'm just gonna launch that once. Take a look at my numbers here. Then more. Have all right on fuel right now. We're doing okay on chemicals, but I will take another rocket load of chemicals as well. What I'm trying to do is avoid. I made the mistake last time of basically. God damn you! All right. Anyways. Go back home. God damn, I hate when that freezes. Yep, it froze again. As it does. Super frustrating. Kind of hard to break speed records when you can't break the game stops you from it. Because we were on a good path there, but is what it is. Okay, oh, got another 100 there. Go break down some gas mines, turn those into builder bots. See what kind of X toast. That down. Mine's toast. That was the one I already went to. And we're doing on our resources over here. Get way too much food. Unfortunately, as well, is the timer for the exile villages pauses when we're not on the planet, which I think is a huge oversight as well, because that should be counting down with the same amount of stuff that everything else is. I mean, the Ricks aren't even ready yet, you know? Oh, I guess I'll just plant more trees. Oh. Brings us up to 20k. We're almost solid. Down oil. Wow. There's no good option on this one, so let's go with material cost. Pollution doing? Way high. Or don't need nearly this many parks yet. 13. Close down some more parks. Lemon. And hovering around 10. That's where I want to be. Pouring anything in here yet? Little tiny bits of stuff. Nothing. Just barely touching these ones. Winter with 150 minutes left. That's good. Okay, faster, but we should have enough engineer coverage to circumvent that. Oh no, we got another criminal Rick. Third convict Rick so far. Just swore I upgraded all these batteries, but maybe I just upgraded them to modern. Wow. Another residential coming in? Really? Yeah? Yeah, they're just starting to build wherever the hell they want now. Iron, kind of wishy-washy. Oil's doing good. Gas is not. Did build a few gas mines before I left. They did. That helps. Just breaking even on that one. Doing okay on other materials here. Guarantee that this hasn't shipped yet. You can guarantee it. How do I have old school kinetic generators? Let them stew on that while they keep building out their space age stuff. This winter and see where it goes. Yeah, it just doesn't look like they're ever going to send electronics to Lava Planet if from the place I'm sending it from. And again, that feels pretty darn glitchy. Knocking down our criminals though, 17 criminals. Everybody in law enforcement. Yep. Rick's now. Still waiting. Get everybody in there. There's definitely an interesting boil on the side of the mountain. I don't think I've unlocked any legendaries yet. Yeah, I'm definitely not trying for it. That was just the meteors off of Lava Planet that's unlocked those. Alright, well, sit around, wait for them to keep building up this stuff. Plant another few thousand trees. We'll go back over to Lava Planet. I think I'm gonna wrap this pretty soon too. Jerk chicken sandwich. Calling my name pretty soon. Right on. How are we doing? Uneducated, still 7. Let's put another school down. School right next to rehab center. Why not? Make sure all my universities are populated. Yep, everything except for the one we just put down. That's interesting, eh? Because one's upgrading, I have 25 out of 24k. And let's go back and make more nuggetoids. Nuggetoids and builder bots. 15. We're getting lower on those criminals. That's great. I've never done that before in this game. I've never cared even about like just a handful of criminals, but getting down to 0 is pretty cool. Get one more law enforcement going up on here. They're arresting multiple nuggets at the same time now. That's good. Ricks, you done yet? Nope. I need more couriers huts. Let's do another. Eateries. Bars. One. Generators are upgraded now. How many more? Lodges done. Hospitals. Forecast tower. Oh, I guess I am upgraded on the forecast. Good. I'm just throwing a shitload of stuff at them because they'll get it done. That was a pretty big hit though. 64, 64. Probably gonna want to take out these houses and stuff. That's gonna be fine. Always make it work. Up 913. That's good. Gonna let them upgrade all that stuff that I just threw at them. No rush on that. Almost at 1,000 believers. Sweet. And I've got 4 more obtainium. Get the rest of the nugget toys made. Ricks, you ready? Good. Okay, 75, so we're going to 76. 50th brick on the planet. All right, I'll see you soon. Baseball. Yeah. Builder bots. Medieval. Give it that. No leader. Cool. Points is pretty good. Let's laying down all the forest. Still at 20,000. No problem. Better than nothing, that's for sure. Volcanoes going off, no problem there. Double check on all our production again. Ease off on wood and stone refineries. Kill that one off and that one off. Refineries, we'll just have 2 of them as well. Put that one off and that one off. We'll see how that's working for wood intake there. Ooh. That's that material thing, I think. Line all over here. My cemetery, I think the one that we just built got populated, but double check. Good. Courier's hut looking. All our couriers back in there. All getting upgraded. Here's that one we just assigned stuff to, probably. Okay, it actually made it to the lava planet. Fingers crossed. Okay, how is the lava planet looking? Still need chemicals because reasons. I'm gonna send Nuggetoids over there. And then a bunch of chemicals over there. We got a good amount of fuel, so just launch that once. Wait forever, and we'll get that going. The eateries are struggling to get past 2,500, I've noticed. My rehab center's full. Down to 15 though, so still one more. More spacious. Not right at the beginning of the culture, but desert rehab. Wolves attack. Can we catch this one? Nope, dead. Starting to run low on upgrades, and I like seeing that. Except for the farms, but based on the sheer amount of food that we have, I don't really need to upgrade the farms much. I lost this ring. Rebuild it and make it sleepier. Okay, so I have no more unobtainium coming in. Leads me to believe that we have tapped that one single one on the lava planet. But I don't think I'm going to go back there today. I think we'll start there on the next stream. Whether that be today or later on. But I think just waiting for all this stuff to get upgraded. Making sure that I have everything I possibly can before it continuously crashes. Such a jank road, no matter what I do with it, right? Yeah, because I had to put that cemetery down, so that cut off these roads. So let's give them a shop for like the first time ever. I know it cuts off that road, but it doesn't really matter. Who's looking anyways? All I see is like little bits and sections of roads I don't like. Try and take them out of the equation. How we doing on these ricks? 2, 5. Evil warehouse. Back to the warehouses. And 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm losing power now. Not by a lot, but I think everybody just went on break at the same time. That means more solar panels. Can't even see any right now. Look at spaces where we don't have many of them. Populate a couple in here. Where they build friggin' houses on it. Builder bots. Dare I check how many builder bots we were up to? Let's see if this freezes. 31. And yeah, perpetually waiting for that. Contraception ban, don't mind if I do. Basically trying to build as many builder bots as possible before it doesn't allow me to anymore. It's starting to look pretty sterile with these space age buildings. Slowly chunking away on our criminals there. 14 left on the planet. Find any tab centers. Nobody's in that one. Guys are having trouble finding the rest of them. Thugs, dangerous criminals. I don't know how you get thugs. Can't say I've ever seen thugs. Maybe it was just like something that they were planning on implementing and then they just said, ah, screw it. Really just want chemicals in it, don't I? That's fine. Really big hit on power now. I think it may be the space age buildings that are sucking a lot more power than the normal ones. Let's see. 2 power and 5 water for a modern. Go back to our towers. 5 power and 5 water. So that's going to be... Yeah, that's what's happening there. Kind of keeping it zeroed out, but I think at some point in time it's just producing just under what I need it to. So more solar panels. I guess with the amount of population we have, we could go kinetic as well, but like I've been saying, is I really want to get away from kinetic generation. I want to have solar panels there. These guys are being built, that'll help. Oh, hi. Cemetery got hit by that volcano, I'm sure. That was a good throw. So definitely a long way away. Good afternoon, Night Raven. How we doing? You caught me at literally 2 minutes till I'm ending the stream here, but it's nice to see you. We have been going through glitches and bugs and trying to get a lava planet going, and it's just kind of ridiculous. Where I think my 3-hour mark right now is pretty much exactly where I need to be. You just woke up? Good. I'm glad you got to sleep. You deserve it. You're damn right you do. Yeah, this is we're just coming to the end of this thing today, but I'll see if I can be back a little bit later on. Maybe a bit after tonight. But for what it's worth, I'm glad you stopped by, and I hope that you're in for a good, nice, chill day. There we go. We'll sign you into a rehab center. Curing some people. Work never ends, does it? It'll be great though, eh? Good. Well, I hope it is. Keep staying positive, you know? Crap, I think we just got our delivery finally. That took forever, but good. There we go. Coming back to the spaceport. That actually delivered it. What does Lava Planet need from us now? Not a whole bunch of much. We're doing okay over here now. Good sign. Yeah, I think at this point in time, I'm gonna have to call it. I got some lunch and I got some stuff to do. But 3 hours is pretty good, and hopefully we can do a couple hours either sometime other today or tomorrow. But I hope you have a great day. And thank you for stopping by. And I'm glad you got more sleep than watching this. But yeah, we'll keep going on with this. Glitchy as hell and frustrating as hell, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work, and then we'll keep carrying on to the universe until the game completely breaks on us and we can't do anything else. But thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Have yourself a great day.